All good, all good.
Here we go. Right. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Rugby League Breakdown podcast, episode number 10. Got a couple of special guests today, but before I get into special guests, I want to give a big shout out to NRL Vid 090, who just reached 1,000 subscribers. I believe it was around midnight last night. So congratulations to NRL Vid 090. And let's say hello. Let's say hello to the guests. We got Trev from Shut the Gates. How you going, Trev?
Yeah. Great, mate. How you doing? How you doing, everyone?
Absolutely fantastic to have Trev here again. And we've also got the Content King. You guys would have seen Luke through a few videos in the past. We've got the Content King. Now, he has an Instagram page called, I think, the Content King. So make sure you guys go and follow that page. And Content King, how you going, mate?
Good. It's good to be here, boys. First video.
How good. And we've also got, obviously, the man himself, the 1,000 subscribers, NRL Vid 090, Lorenzo. How you going, mate? Oh, not a connection delay, surely.
Yeah, no.
You good? Your connection good?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, Yep.
All right, hopefully we don't have any connection dramas with NRL Vid 090. You just hit 1,000 subscribers. We don't need connection dramas, but yeah, so what we're going to do tonight is a few things to talk about. We're going to talk about that guy over in the Super League from Wigan, Tony Clubb, the racist comment. We're going to talk about Xavier coach to Melbourne, Drinkwater staying at the Cows, and Tony Staggs staying at the Broncos. We're also going to talk about the Canberra Raiders troubles, Josh Hodgson losing his captaincy, George Williams apparently homesick, Joseph Tarpany apparently wants out, and has Ricky Stewart lost the dressing shed? And we're also going to talk about when will the Panthers lose their first game and what is our current early, I guess you could say, 1-17 New South Wales Origin team. But what we're going to do, we're going to give you guys about 30 seconds to jump in here, get more people on here. We've got 10 people here at the moment. And, that's what we'll do. We'll give you guys 30 seconds to jump on, and then we'll get into the show. All right, it's time. Righto, we got a few people here at the moment. I just want to make sure I don't trip over that stupid thing I did like I did the other night. Make sure I don't trip over that stupid bed like I did on Sunday night when I was doing my 10 of the week video. I'm going to watch out for that corner now. So hopefully I don't trip over that again anytime soon. That was pretty bad. My knee was pretty sore the next day going to work. But anyway, we're here. We got a few people here at the moment. Make sure you guys like the podcast as well and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And make sure you guys go and check out the YouTube channel of NRL Vid 090 and Shut the Gates, and go and check out the Content King's Instagram page as well. It is much appreciated, but we're already 4 minutes 20 into the video. So let's get into it, guys. We've got a few things to get through tonight. Topic number 5. Now, I'm sure everyone would have seen this over social media on the weekend, over in the Super League. Now, this is something that doesn't get talked about much because obviously we all focus on the NRL. We don't really talk about the other competitions very often, but this is a pretty serious matter. The Wigan forward, Tony Clubb, he called Andre Civilio I don't want to pronounce it, a Polynesian C, allegedly. Now, there was a lot of, debate about did he say it, didn't he say it. Apparently, he did say it. He's been suspended for 8 weeks for a racist comment. Now, I guess what what I'm going to ask you guys is 8 weeks fair for a racist comment, or do you think it should have got longer on the sideline? Now, it's a very interesting topic because you can call, obviously, you can compare racist comments to a lot of things, but we'll start with Trev, mate. What do you reckon? Is 8 weeks fair for a racist slur, or do you think it should be longer on the sideline?
Well, who said that he did it? Like, was it just him and the player in the room?
So from what I know, it was a game. Wigan were playing, and who were they playing? I can't remember who they played now. I can't remember exactly who they played, but apparently it was a racist comment on the field, and apparently the player Andre Sevillo, apparently he went up to the referee and said, "Called me a Polynesian C," and apparently it was on after that, but. I guess the only person that knows who said it is him, and I guess other players that might have heard it. But I don't know.
So if no one else has come in, then how can they even verify that he said it? It could be lying. Maybe he's a cunt.
Yeah.
There must have been confirmation for him to receive a ban, though. That's the thing.
But we haven't heard about the confirmation.
Yeah, I think maybe they would have kept that under wraps because it's not the public information. That's what I reckon.
But this whole thing's public information. If you said it on the field, it's public information. The broadcast is going to hear it.
Maybe they just didn't want, in my opinion, they just didn't want the people's names thrown into it, maybe. But like you said, it's public information, so it should be known.
We should be able to see it if it was on the field.
Yeah.
I suppose the other thing too is, like, if someone's been racist, like because over in the Super League, what they do before every game now is they do like a 30-second silent thing about racism, like stand against racism. And if Tony Clubb has said that racist comment towards Andre Sevillo, then I don't know what Tony Clubb's thinking. I mean, everyone does that 30 seconds. I don't know what the go is there, but I mean, if he said it, do you guys reckon 8 weeks is fair, or do you reckon it should be longer?
I don't know. It's who knows, heat of the moment thing. You just keep it on the field. It's not really even racist.
Yeah, true.
He is Polynesian, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
He's not calling him a cunt because he's Polynesian.
No, he's not.
You have a point there. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, NRL Vid 090, mate, what are your thoughts on the whole situation? I mean, it's, I think it's a case of he said it, she said it, blah, blah, blah. But NRL Vid 090, what are your thoughts on that whole situation?
What I think about it, I think it's pretty, it's not good, is it? Like, you can't just out there and race abuse someone. I mean, to call, it's just, completely ridiculous, and comments unacceptable. So, I think it's actually pretty bad, and it's a bad look for himself calling him that as well.
Yeah, look, I suppose the hard thing was as well, I don't think that game was actually on Fox. I don't think it was televised. It could have been. I could be wrong. I mean, the game would have been about 4:45 a.m., so I doubt anyone would have woke up and watched it. I mean, I watched the majority of the Super League games that are on Fox, and I don't think I watched that game because I think I was in bed and I had to go to work at 7 o'clock. So I wasn't up. But I guess, it's going to be hard for us to judge if he did it or not because, it's either he did it, he said it, it's a debate between two blokes. But, I mean, do you reckon 8 weeks is fair, though, if he did say so? For example, let's say he did say the racist comment. Is 8 weeks a fair enough suspension, or do you think 8 weeks or do you think maybe it should be longer?
Because he's a coach, right?
No, he's a player. So it was 2 forwards.
There's another player.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if he said it, then I guess 8 weeks is fine. Like, what's the standard? There's no standard.
Yeah. Exactly.
But as long as someone else can say something else, and what else can you say? Where's the line to saying what you're going to say?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there's not much more to talk about in this topic because it's one of those ones where I think he said it, no, he said it, I didn't say it, no, he's, it's one of those things. But what I will say about it is, when Tony Clubb does come back for Wigan in 8 weeks' time, whoever he plays against, that team is going to now think, oh, he's racist. So now they're probably going to target him and try and do other things to him. Like, it's a crazy thing. It's one of those ridiculous things where whatever. But I think when he comes back, he's going to get bashed for it. Like someone's going to really take him on in the middle now. But we'll see what happens with that whole thing. But it's one of those things. He said it, and all that. But let's move on to topic number 4. Now, this is obviously broken today. Apparently, it's fake. Apparently, it's true. No one really knows what the go is with this. Xavier Coates to the Melbourne Storm now. Apparently, it was confirmed he was going to go to Melbourne for 2 years, and then apparently Xavier Coates' manager came out this afternoon and said, "Oh no, we haven't agreed to anything. We haven't got a contract yet." But if we're being honest here, Xavier Coates is probably going to go to Melbourne. I mean, let's face it. I don't think anyone wants to stay at Brisbane at the moment. I think a lot of their players don't want to be stuck in a 2 to 3 year rebuild. And I think will Xavier Coates go to the Storm? What do you guys reckon?
He should go. Why would he stay at Brisbane?
Exactly. What's that?
Oh, content.
NRL Vid was talking. NRL Vid, you there, mate?
No. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Xavier Coates to Melbourne if it were to happen?
Well, I'd put it this way: it's a big loss to Brisbane. It's a good game for the Storm. Broncos have now had a bit of a history of losing good talent. I mean, they've lost Dearden, they've lost Fafita, they nearly lost Staggs, who re-signed today. They've just about lost Coates to the Storm. I think losing Xavier Coates is just a blow for the club. Losing someone like him, obviously he's only 20 or something years old, and I think that for him to be that young going into the Melbourne Storm systems for the next couple of years of his career would be really scary to think, because he's obviously already playing some great footy at the age of 20 or something, and for him to be at the Storm system for scary to watch and see how his game kind of benefits from that. So I reckon it's a fantastic buy the Storm if it happens.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I think if he goes to Melbourne, he will be a top 5 winger in no time, honestly. We all know what Melbourne do down there. They bring all these players through. I mean, have a look at George Jennings and Branko Lee. They were washed up backup players a year and a half ago, and now...
And Remus Smith.
Yeah, Remus Smith, another one. But I always thought Remus Smith was actually quite decent. They always bring players through and make them better players. Now, I don't know if that's Craig Bellamy or it's just the system that they're in, but I think
Craig Bellamy made the system.
Yeah, it's definitely the system. If Xavier Coates does, yeah, exactly. If Xavier Coates does go to Melbourne, which I believe he will be a top 5 winger within 12 months. I have no doubt about that. We all know what he can do. We all saw his his early games. Where you remember that game against Cronulla, where he leaped over someone and he scored that try, and he does a lot of incredible stuff, Xavier Coates. So, I mean, I think it's a huge buy for Melbourne if he goes there. But Content King, mate, do you reckon it's a good buy if he goes there?
Yeah, of course. I think the only reason the manager's come out and said, "Oh, he's not going anywhere," is because he doesn't want the public on him. Like, he's set to sign, and it will be official, I reckon, within the next week. It's a good buy because it just bolsters their backline. I mean, with Addo Carr leaving, he'll take his spot, and then probably on the other wing you'll have Jennings and then Smith and Branko Lee. He will be probably, I'd say, easily a top 3 winger this time next year.
Yeah, that's a fair call. I think
he's already close to that, though. Don't you think? Don't you think he's already close to that?
I think he's in the top 10. I think he's top 10 now.
Because I mean, you have heaps of wingers ahead of him, and Brisbane aren't going that well, obviously, and I mean, him at a good team, he will just get only upwards.
So I guess him going to Melbourne, he's gonna be a superstar at the Melbourne Storm, and we just got a donation here actually from Warriors NRL Fanatics. He just sent $2 on Super Chat. So shout out to Warriors NRL Fanatics. said, let's go the Rugby League Breakdown podcast, mate. Appreciate the $2. Much appreciated. That'll be added to everyone's bank account. What, 50 cents each or something?
I expect that there by tonight, mate.
Yeah, I'll take 50 cents. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. It'll help me towards my multi on the weekend. But let's move on to the next one. So Scott Drinkwater, he just re-signed with the Cowboys today on a 2-year deal. Now, this is a very interesting one. Now, we all know that the Cowboys picked up Dearden and Townsend 2 weeks ago or something, and now they just re-signed Scott Drinkwater. But what I want to say is, where the hell are they going to play him now? I mean, I'm very confused about this, but I'm glad we kept him because he's been – I reckon he's had more good games this year than really bad games. But Drinkwater to stay at the Cows, what do you guys reckon?
I think it's solid.
Yep.
I think
fullback.
Yeah, play him at fullback. You could even try him in the centres. He definitely needs to work on his kicking.
No, please don't.
I reckon he can play in the centres. He's versatile. He reminds me of
played the centres.
I hope he doesn't play centre. I really hope he doesn't play centre.
I've read quite a few articles that they could try and transition him into the centres, but I think anywhere he plays, he'll do a good job.
He's already a good fullback. He's fine. He's a fine fullback. I don't like him. But he's fine.
Valentine Holmes is on about.
Yeah, but he's a shit fullback. He's a shit fullback. Who cares how much he's paid?
But he wasn't paid $1 million to score tries on the wing. He was played to help with the attack. You know,
he was paid $1 million to play for the best that he can at the Cowboys. Wherever he plays, he's still getting wherever he's playing, he's still getting paid $1 million.
Yeah, but you want to get value out of your plays. You know, get them. It's like
so you play him on the wing because he's the best winger you've got.
It's like putting Clint Gutherson in the centres for Parra.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. He's a better fullback than he is a centre. Holmes is a better winger than he is fullback.
No, I disagree.
What Origin says.
I mean, you know, if we're having a look at Val Holmes' career, I mean, you probably got to say he's probably had better success on the wing than fullback. I wouldn't say he's a really, really shit fullback. I think he's an okay fullback. He's probably like a 5 out of 10. He has his good games and bad games. Very inconsistent. I think, you know, obviously he's on $1 million, but if you take the price tag away from it, don't you want to get all the players that are there, like in the right positions? Like if you put Val on the wing, can you imagine him on that left side with the hammer? That could build some sort of great combination, you know, with the speed they got, and you know that could be a thing for him. But does anyone here think Drinkwater will play 5'8" next year?
No,
probably not.
Why would you get Townsend and Dearden then? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Oh, look, it's do you guys reckon Scott Drinkwater staying at the Cowboys is a good thing, or do you think maybe he should have been better off at a different club?
Good thing.
It's a good thing. There's nowhere else he can go. Yeah, there's no team that will make better.
I was having a look today. The only other club that I could really name that could really use him was maybe the Dragons, because Corey Norman might not be re-signed. But even the Dragons, I mean, I don't even know if they're going to keep Matt Duffy. So, the Dragons were the only other club that really came to mind for Drinkwater for mine. But I think he'll play fullback next year as well. I think Val will go back to the wing. If he doesn't like the $1 million price tag on the wing, then he can get lost. Then personally, I don't think Val's worth $1 million at the moment. He's not playing anywhere near the $1 million price tag. If I was signing Val Holmes right now, I'd offer him about 500 to 600,000 at max.
So top price for a winger.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay any more than 600 for him right now. I think he's overpaid, but there's a lot of players that are overpaid as well, I guess. But, you know, NRL Vid 090, mate, do you think Scott Drinkwater staying at the Cowboys is a good thing, or do you think maybe another club would have been better for him?
Yeah, keeping Drinkwater is a great thing. I think that he's still young. He's still, got a lot of time. Look, what's going to happen is, since they've re-signed, what's going to happen is that Tom will still play the Cup of the Cowboys, and he'll be mentored by JT until he comes into the first grade side for Chad Townsend. And then, and I think, Scott Drinkwater and Townsend will be the halves combination next year and for a couple of years until Dean takes over. So that's just my opinion there.
What I will say about the Cowboys, which is something that I'm actually getting sick of now. A couple of years ago, right? Cowboys were in the grand final against Melbourne when they went on that great run, and then after that, everything just went to shit. Now, obviously, I'm a Cowboys fan and I want them to do well, but I guess the real question is, Dearden and Townsend are not going to get you a premiership. I'm sorry. They're not going to get the Cowboys a grand final win. Now, the Cowboys have been in rebuild since, 2019, I guess you could say, when Thurston retired in 2018. So they've been in rebuild for a couple of years now, and they've failed pretty much every year since then. So Dearden and Townsend as a halves combination, I'm glad they got their halves sorted for next season, but come on. They're not going to get you a premiership. Townsend's won a comp, but Dearden's only a kid. It's not, I don't know, man, but...
you gotta let Townsend grow. You gotta let Dearden grow.
Yeah, got to give Dearden time. It's a bit like the Penrith thing when they brought in, when they first brought in Nathan Cleary. It took them how long until they started playing really well?
Wow. I believe that Drinkwater has more potential than Tom Dearden. That's how I see it. Yeah, he runs. I know Drinkwater's obviously started and played more games, but I haven't seen much from Dearden. And him and Townsend play the exact same type of game, Drinkwater's a natural running half or fullback, but Dearden, you don't want two halves that play the exact same. We've seen how that's gone,
Do you think Tom Dearden? Is playing really shit at Brisbane because of how bad they are?
Yeah, that's another thing. He might just all of a sudden peak at the Cowboys. Surprise us all. Won't surprise
he's never had a solid crack. He's never had a solid crack at the Broncos.
Yeah, that's true. And to be fair, the Cowboys and the Broncos have been pretty similar the last couple of years. They've both been in the bottom four. It's just the Cowboys have won a couple more games and scored a few more points than the Broncos. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that all works out with the whole Drinkwater and fitting in and getting everyone in the team. But, it's like what Trevor said, put Drinkwater to fullback and I think everything else will just fit in perfectly. But let's move on to the last one for this topic as well. And Tony Staggs, he just re-signed with the Brisbane Broncos today. I think it was a 4-year deal or something I read. And apparently he's going to be playing 5'8" next year with the Broncos, hoping to sign either Sean Johnson or Adam Reynolds or even Mitchell Moses, which I don't think they'll get Mitchell Moses. But what do you guys reckon about Tony Staggs staying at the Broncos? Good thing or bad thing?
Great thing. I think it's great for the future, long term. They secured him. They don't have to worry about him going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's yet to peak. Great player. 5'8". I don't know about that, but I'm not the coach.
Yeah, me either. What do you reckon, Trev?
The best thing the Broncos could have done. Out of anyone they could have re-signed, he's the best one they could have re-signed. Whether it's best for his career, who knows? Depends how the Broncos go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they've got to figure out who's going to play halfback next year. Especially if they need someone like Adam Reynolds, if they're going to put Katoni at 5'8", if they're going to put Tyson Gamble at halfback, they could be in a bit of strife.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that, actually. Do you think Tony Staggs at 5'8" would be a good thing, or do you think he should just stay in the centres?
Oh, it's whatever he wants to play. He played really well one time for, I think it was Samoa.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he played really well. He's like man of the match. So
yeah,
I can't see why he couldn't nail it, but he needs someone around him that's going to organise. He's clearly not an organiser. No
way. No, I think he's a runner. I think he's a bit like Jack Bird. When Jack Bird first went to 5'8", when he was at Cronulla, I think it might have been 2015 when Jeff Robson was the halfback. They had that old experience, and Jack Bird was a runner, and he was obviously a lethal strike centre. And then he had an okay year at 6'8", and then he went back into the centres and obviously became a better player. But
I think
I reckon
he was rookie of the year.
I reckon he should play another year at centre. I don't know if he's ready to go to the halves yet. Obviously, 5'8", there's more defence involved. There's a lot of responsibility there. I think keep him in the centres. He's got that strike and he's a try scorer. I mean, I feel like he should stay. I feel like he should stay in the centres. But if he wants to go to 5'8", they need to get a really good halfback. I mean, here's the other thing too. Apparently, the Broncos fans were saying that Tony Staggs won't make a decision until they sign a halfback. Have the Broncos already signed a halfback and we don't even know about it? I mean, That's the real question, I guess. You know, there's talk of Gareth Woodham going there, but to be fair, do you want an old guy with a busted shoulder to go there?
Well, maybe he hasn't had a busted shoulder in 2 years now. We haven't really seen him, right? Because he's
I
been
haven't seen much
overseas.
of him. He's been over in
So
England.
maybe he's playing really well. I don't know. I haven't been watching Super League, so maybe he's killing it.
Yeah. Now, look, NRL Vid 090, do you think Tony Staggs should play centre next year or 5'8"? What do you reckon, mate?
Sorry.
Do you think Tony Staggs should play centre next year or 5'8"? Good Lord, this connection ain't good or not.
No, what I'm going to say is I think Staggs saying the Broncos is a good thing for the club, and look, I've heard he might play 5'8" like when he resigns, and look, I don't know if he's a 5'8", to be honest. But I think he staying the thing for the club, so yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, interesting. Let's move on to the next topic, man. The Canberra Raiders. Honest to God, at the start of the year, I'm pretty sure most of us here would have had Canberra in the top 6 at least. Everyone would have had them. You had them second. I had them first, I think. I had them minor premiers. I feel like an idiot now looking back on it. I had them first. I think everyone else here would have had them in the top 4, top 6. I don't think anyone had them lower than 6. But man, what on earth is going on at Canberra? So we'll talk about the first one. A few things to get through about Canberra. Josh Hodgson. Apparently he's relinquished the captaincy, or apparently he's been stripped of the captaincy. Take it however you want, but what do you reckon? Josh Hodgson losing the captaincy. What do you guys reckon about that?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Who are they going to give it to?
Croker?
Well, Croker's already captain, aren't they? Co-captain?
Yeah,
they'll give it to Jack Whiten.
Oh, God, I hope not.
They will.
Really?
Of course they will.
I can't possibly think about that. I mean,
they will.
Have you seen Jack White in this year? He has been garbage.
Well, to be fair, the whole team's been garbage.
Yeah.
I think he's been as good as the team can let him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't understand why he's losing the captaincy. I mean, I know he was injured last year and he came back. I thought he played okay. First couple of rounds, did nothing amazing. I think I gave him a couple of top 3 on grounds and shit, but I don't think he's been amazing. And maybe that injury is still getting to him, but I don't know, man. I can't believe he's lost the captaincy. There's something really going on at Canberra. NRL Vid 090, what do you reckon about Hodgson losing the captaincy, mate? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, my thoughts on that are happening. Stepping down as the co-captain. I mean, if he does that, it means there's obviously some clear issues at the club itself. It means that it's the environment there is not great. It's going. If Josh Hogg's unhappy at the club, I mean, it's not good for Canberra, is it? So because he's one of their main players. So especially with rumours linking around that he could be going to the Broncos, so that doesn't help with him standing down as co-captain and him being linked to Broncos. You know what I mean? So
doesn't look good, does it?
But yeah, look, I don't know. It's a bit strange, but I'm sure we'll hear some more in the future about why he did it. But I don't know who will replace him, to be honest. But yeah, it's a shock to mine.
I can't believe that he's lost the captaincy. Now, at the start of the year, I rated Josh Hodgson as the best hooker going into the year because I thought, righto, Smith's retired. Now, who are the other elite hookers? You got Hodgson and you got Cook. You've got Reid Marnie's thereabouts, Harry Grant, Api Coruscant. They're probably the main 5 dummy halves of the competition. And I thought going into the year, Hodgson was the best, but he's obviously struggled this year with injury and now he's lost the captaincy. So I've got no idea what's going on at Canberra. And I guess the other one as well is George Williams, the halfback. Apparently he's homesick. Now, I've heard this homesick shit a few times with players, and I don't really buy into it that much. But to be fair, out of all the Canberra players that are playing well, what's that?
He'll be back in 1 second.
Oh, okay. He's in the audio or something. I'll turn his camera off. Okay. Well, see, with George Williams, out of all the Canberra players there, I think he's been probably their best player.
Yeah, I like
To
him.
be honest.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, I think he's been their best player, and now apparently he's homesick. What do you guys reckon about that? You believe that?
Well, I don't think he's homesick. I reckon his missus is homesick. So it seems like, because she's pregnant.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And she can't see their parents. You know, you see shit like that all the time. You know, they probably don't have anything planned in trips, but, you know, because they can't go, they probably want to go.
Yeah, especially with the whole virus. You know, if you go from Australia to England, it's like a 14-day hotel quarantine thing at your own expense. But
That's right.
there's an NRL play, but he'd be able to fall that easily. But NRL vid 090. Do you think he's homesick, or like, what do you reckon about it?
I reckon he's homesick. Yeah, obviously been living probably most of his life in England, so I do think he could be homesick. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not, because you know, obviously there is clear dramas at Canberra. Maybe he wants to get out of the club and get away from the drama potentially. So you know, I reckon he is homesick. I think he is, because he hasn't seen family due to COVID. But it won't be surprising if it's not, because I think it could be because of the Canberra drama. You know.
Yeah. Look. I'll tell you right now. If George Williams leaves Canberra, it's going to take a hell of a replacement to get him back. I know Aiden Caesar might be a little bit homesick over in England as well, because he's playing over in the Super League, and I heard he might be a little bit homesick. But Content King, mate, you reckon George Williams is homesick, or do you think it's just all media bullshit?
I would say it's media bullshit, but we've been hearing too much about it. It's been circulating everywhere, so I think he'll leave before the end of the season.
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
There's no way he leaves.
Surely
He's
not.
gone, bro. He's gone.
Canberra have already told him no.
Yeah, but we've already seen how that's panned out so many times.
Who cares? Keep him.
Didn't John
He's the
Bateman
best
want to
guy.
leave late last year, and Canberra said no to him? From
I'm not
memory?
sure.
Or something
I don't
like that. I do remember something like that.
It's
But
not a prediction, but I think, you know, they'll try keep him, but if he wants to go home now, it'll end up happening.
Come Canberra, I'm just saying, too bad. The play or don't play. You're not leaving the contract.
yeah, it's going to be
It's going
interesting
to be
to
a
see.
huge loss. Canberra, I mean, what they're going to play Matt Foley at halfback then, I think.
Yeah, they got Sam Williams is probably next one up, but
Oh, yeah, Sam Williams. Oh, wait. Is he still at Canberra? Sam Williams.
well, he's somewhere around there.
Far off. Didn't even know he was still playing. He is the ultimate New South Wales Cup player, that bloke. Sam Williams. The New South Wales Cup halfback of the year, Sam Williams. Unbelievable. But let's move on to the last one second last one about Cameron. Joseph Tarpany. Apparently he wants out now. I'm not sure if it was his missus that went to social media, went off a rocket about Ricky Stewart. I mean, don't want to sound rude here, but you know, a player's was it girlfriend or mother or whatever it was?
Wife or girlfriend.
Yeah. So Joseph Tarpany's wife or girlfriend went off her rocket about Ricky Stewart. I mean, who does she think she is? She's not the friggin'. She doesn't even work at Canberra. So I don't know what she's on about.
Doesn't make any sense to me. What is she, a social media influencer now?
Oh,
ridiculous.
look, Joseph Tarpany. I mean, if he wants out of Canberra, how big of a loss is that to the Raiders, you guys reckon?
Well, again, you just say no. Until the contract's over, you say no.
Yeah, just say no.
Unless someone can trade you another player for just as good as Joseph Tarpany, he's one of their best forwards.
Yeah, he's probably yeah.
You know, when he's on form, he started the year on fire. You know, so you know, as far as his wife or whatever, just shut up. It's not her business. It's not a business how Ricky Stewart runs his team.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Who
I agree.
does she think she is?
Yeah. Pull your head in.
It's ridiculous.
But Canberra, they're a hole at the moment, and they've got to sort it out quickly. But I think they can.
Yeah, you do? You reckon they can?
They have the system and they have the players. So
Yeah, why not?
I'll tell you what, if they lose to Newcastle, they're in a lot of trouble. If they lose to Newcastle,
they'll beat Newcastle by plenty.
well, they should. They really should with the way they're going. But NRL Vid 090, mate. Joseph Tarpany, he wants out of Canberra, mate. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, it's not good, is it? So, obviously his wife's now complaining about how off the bench. Look, I haven't looked I haven't looked too much into it, but I know that there's something not right with Tarpany and he's with Ricky Stewart. So yeah, that's not good whenever it's happening there. But now there's talk that Tarpany might leave. It's obviously linked to the Bulldogs, Panthers, and the Roosters, and I reckon the Bulldogs will offer him a big deal because I think the Dogs have all the bucks now, so they could definitely.
How many players are the Bulldogs want?
Happy with how the ways and use. Yeah, so I think if he gets a good money there to go there, he might join the Bulldogs or even Roosters or Panthers, but we'll see. But it's not good how he's not happy at Canberra. That's not good at all.
Why the hell would he go to the Dogs?
If the Dogs want him, they'll have to trade him someone like Luke Thompson to get him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because Luke Thompson's easily their best forward at the moment, the Dogs.
Easy.
So, otherwise you just say no. If the guy doesn't want to play, he just pisses his career away in New South Wales Cup.
Yeah.
Until the contract's finished.
Just send him to the New South Wales Cup, leave him there.
Then see what his wife says.
Yeah, see what his wife does. He'd probably send him a rant email or something on social media. But I think Joseph Tarpany's girlfriend or wife just needs to just shut the fuck up and just be quiet. I mean, Joseph Tarpany's a man. He should be the one going at Ricky Stewart saying, "Hey, coach, I want out. I'm not happy. I want out. Fucking trade me to someone. I don't care if you send me to the Gold Coast, West Tigers, Brisbane. Get rid of me. I want out." Joseph Tarpany's wife coming in, wife, girlfriend, whatever it is saying, "Oh, Ricky Stewart's doing this, doing that." Honestly, just fuck off. Honestly, wake up. It's just ridiculous. But last topic about Canberra, because Canberra, we all know they're in a hole at the moment. Ricky Stewart. Has Ricky Stewart lost the dressing shed? What do you reckon?
No. No,
you don't reckon?
It's his team. It's his team.
Yes, he has. Old and stale, it happens.
No, he's right. So if they win the next 3 games, this all goes away.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
What if
they don't win any of the next 3 games?
Well, he gets rid of the players. It's his team.
I think with Canberra, I think the problem with them is, I think they're expecting stuff to go their way. They don't want to put in the hard work. Last week against Souths, they had a good lead, 16-8, and then they sort of just fell down the bridge again. I dropped the ball once and it's too hard now. South score, it's too hard. I feel like Canberra's, I think there's a mental thing going on there with the players. Maybe they're not all mentally on. Josh Papalili or Papali, however you want to pull it. He hasn't been himself this year. Jared Croker is, obviously Canberra got heaps of injuries, but, Ricky Stewart's not to blame for it, I don't think. Everyone says he's lost his dressing shed, and, I don't think he has. I mean, the game where they played, I think it was us up in Townsville, and they led 24-6, and then after the game, there was photos on Fox League, and, they were sitting there all upset and all upset and all this, and I'm going, it's not even a quarter way into the season, and you're sitting there all depressed after losing 1 game. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I think Canberra needs to go back to the mentality of, we got nothing to lose. We need to go out there and play different. Just go out there and win a game. I feel like if Canberra win a game, they could turn their season around. It really does help just getting one win.
For
the next 3 games, Canberra have Newcastle, Canterbury, and Melbourne. If they win 2 of those games, they might be back in the 8. They'll be back in the 8.
They should win 2 of those games. They really should.
They'll at least beat. They'll win this week and next week.
Where are they playing Melbourne? Does anyone know?
In Canberra.
Yeah, they could win all 3.
Yeah, and then all this just goes away. All of a sudden, George Williams isn't homesick anymore.
Yeah, Jack Whiten's back in form, and then they've got Papali back in form, and everyone's playing well, and everyone's got the happy face back on. But, it's an interesting thing. But we'll ask NRL Vid 090 real quick, mate. Do you reckon Ricky Stewart's lost the dressing shed, or do you think it's just all media BS?
I think it's media beat up, to be honest. I don't really look into that. I don't really, trust it. So I don't think it's, to be honest.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Well, let's move on to topic number 2, the second last topic, and then we'll get into the last one, and then we'll do our tips for the weekend. The Penrith Panthers. I guess it's not really a question. It's just really what do you guys reckon? Will the Penrith Panthers lose a game at all in this season? And the other question is, when will they lose their first game?
Yes.
When? Who will they lose to?
This is very biased, but I'm going to tell you who they're going to lose to.
Oh, here we go. This will be good.
The Parramatta Eels. That's when Penrith will lose their first game against the mighty Eels.
I was waiting for it. What about you, Trev? What do you reckon?
Looking back at last year,
Yeah,
I think,
lose.
we beat them last year, and then they beat us easily. But I think, they're not a cocky team. They're obviously really good, and they're a really confident team, but they won't go the whole season again undefeated. That's just unheard of. Won't happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was just having a quick look at the Panthers' next couple games. The next 5 games, they've got Cronulla this week, then the Gold Coast at Magic Round, South Sydney, Canterbury, and then West Tigers. With all due respect, that is a fairly easy run for the Panthers.
That'll be Latrell first game back as well.
Yeah, and my prediction right now, I'm going to say it early. The Panthers' first loss will be in round 11 against the Rabbitohs, the 23rd of May, the day before my birthday. That will be the Panthers' first loss.
Panthers will lose. It's just, you see a little holes in their games here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
It just is what it is. They're a great team, but, you can't be on for, they were on for 17 weeks. They've got to do another 9 weeks this year, 26 rounds.
Yeah, exactly. And, the game against Manly on the weekend, last weekend, I saw a lot of cracks in Penrith, but Manly just couldn't capitalise on it. But they will lose eventually. And I reckon they will lose round 11 against the Bunnies at Apex Oval. I've got no idea where that place is.
It's in
It's
Dubbo.
probably Mudgee.
It's in Dubbo.
Oh, Dubbo. Okay, nice. They'll lose that. They'll lose the first game right there. That's what I reckon. NRL Vid 090, mate. Do you think the Panthers will lose the game this year, or will they go undefeated?
Panthers will lose at least 1 game. I'm not sure when, but it doesn't look like they'll lose anytime soon, doesn't it? But I think they will have to lose a game very soon.
Yeah, I think state of origin is going to affect them a lot because I think there's a lot of their players that are going to be in origin this year, so they will be affected around the origin period. So that's a good time for some of the other teams to pounce on them, I guess. But yeah, I'm with you. I think they all will. The Panthers will lose a game soon, but it's just a matter of when they will lose, I guess. Righto. The last topic of the show for tonight is the 1-17 New South Wales Origin team. So what we've all done, we've all written down our 1-17 New South Wales Origin team for game 1. Now, obviously, we're going into round 9 this weekend. Origin's 4 or 5 weeks away. So we thought all of us were going to give our 1-17 New South Wales time plus 4 reserve players. So basically, 21-man squad, 1-17. Who wants to go first for the New South Wales team? All right.
First, lads.
Content king. Right, so, all right, the floor is yours, mate. What's your team?
All right, fullback, of course, Tedesco. Wings, I have Josh Adokar and Brian Toto. Centers, I have Tom Trbojevic and Clint Gutherson. Halves, I've gone with Cody Walker and Nathan Cleary. Front row, Payne Haas and Safidi at hooker, Damien Cook. Second row, bit controversial, Angus Crichton and Tyson Frizzell, put him back there. Lock, Jake Trbojevic. The bench, Junior Paulo, Cameron Murray, Isaiah Yeo and Ryan Pappenhausen.
And your reserve players, mate?
Victor Radley, Dale Finucane, Regan Campbell-Gillard and Zach Lomax.
Very, very interesting team. I like it. That's a pretty strong New South Wales team. I think that team will do pretty well. Trev, mate, your New South Wales team.
All right, so I got James Tedesco. He's captain, obviously, at fullback. Then the wingers, you got Addo Carr and Brian Toto. Then the centres, you got Latrell Mitchell and Tom Trbojevic. Half and 5'8", you got Nathan Cleary and Jerome Luai. Then at the front row, you got Junior Paulo and Payne Haas. Hooker, you got Damien Cook. Back rowers, you got Angus Crichton and Wade Graham. And number 13, you have Victor Radley. On the bench, you have Ryan Pappenhausen, Cameron Murray, Regan Campbell-Gillard, Tavita Pangai Jr.
No Jake Trbojevic.
Hang on. Oh, who's your reserve players?
Reserve players, Jake Trbojevic is in the reserves, but you have Isaiah Yeo, Jake Trbojevic, Nathan Brown, and Clint Gutherson.
Oh, man, Wade Graham that's a good one. I like Wade Graham.
You put him in there next to Jerome Luai for defense.
Yeah, that's actually a good call. I like that. That's a really. I'll tell you what, it's different than what I've got, but I like that team. Very strong.
But Jake Trbojevic, he's a fine player, but he's too bland. He's done nothing since whenever his brother's not there. He's not good.
You're not wrong. He's been shit this year, hasn't he?
He's been shit for the last 18 months.
And you know what? I don't want to be rude, but he's starting to look like a bit of a fat cunt, in my opinion.
Jesus.
I don't know about that, but Victor Radley at lock. It was a toss-up between him and Cameron Murray at lock. You bring on Victor Radley. He's a great ball player. You play him around the ruck both ways. But then you bring on Cameron Murray half an hour into it. Quickest play the ball in the NRL.
Yeah, cool. Fact. I like it, bro. That's a very, very good team. Strong team. Very hard to beat. NRL Vid 090, mate. What is your New South Wales 1 through to 17 and your 4 reserve players as well?
Yeah, my team is fullback James Go, wingers are Brian Toto and Josh Addo-Carr, centers are Latrell Mitchell and Tom Trbojevic, the halves are Jerome Luai and Nathan Cleary, the props are Junior Paulo and Payne Haas, the hook is Damien Cook, the back rows are Tyson Frizzell and Angus Crichton, and lock is Jake Trbojevic. And then off the bench it's Ryan Pappenhausen, Cameron Murray, Josiah Fee and Isaiah Yeo.
Ooh. Who's your reserves? Your reserves, bro.
Reserves. Probably Gutherson will be there. Gutherson, Nathan Brown. Who else? Look, Happy Chorus out there as well. And also I'll chuck in. I don't know the last one, maybe Jack Wyden, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
That's what I'll go with.
Righto. Well, this is my current New South Wales State of Origin team for Game 1. So, fullback and captain, James Tedesco. The wingers, Brian Toto and Josh Addo-Carr. In the centres, Tommy Turbo and Latrell Mitchell. 5'8", Jerome Luai. Halfback, Nathan Cleary. The front row, Payne Haas, and I've gone with Jake Trbojevic. Hooker is Damien Cook. The back row of Tyson Frizzell and Angus Crichton. The lock is Isaiah Yeo. And on the bench, as the utility player, Ryan Pappenhausen, Junior Paulo, Daniel Saifidi, and Cameron Murray. And the reserves, Victor Radley's 18th man, Clint Gutherson, Cody Walker, and Dale Finucane. That is my team. Nice. Now, everyone's going to say, why have I got Jake in the team? I think when Jake plays Origin, he's a different player to what he is because he's playing with better players. He's never really let New South Wales down in the past. A bit like Tyson Frizzell last year, who I thought had a shocking year, and he got picked because of his experience and stuff. So, and he did an okay job, I guess. So I think Jake deserves his spot until someone else comes along and takes over it. But I feel like you put Jake in the front row with Haas, and then you've got Yeo at lock, who I think's been probably the best lock so far this year. And then off the bench, around the 25th minute mark, you bring Paulo and Saifidi on the middle for Haas and Trbojevic. You've got 2 massive front rowers there who are just going to have huge impact on the game. And then you bring Cameron Murray on around maybe the 30th minute or so, whether you put him in the back row for Frizzell or for Yo, it's up to you. He can come on and play back row or lock, and he's played the ball and his skill was so good. And then Ryan Pappenhausen, you bring him on at when the forwards are tired, you bring him on. Maybe like 5 minutes before our time, you bring him on. He could be just that explosive player in the middle who could be so lethal. And I think, obviously, with the halves, I've gone with Luai and Cleary only because I think combination is very important in Origin. And I don't think Cody Walker and Nathan Cleary work that well. They have a record of 1 and 2 together at Origin level, so they don't really work that well. I think Nathan would be able to get Luai more involved than what Cody Walker would be able to do. And I think you put Latrell Mitchell on the left edge with Addo Carr and Crichton. Like the left edge, you go Luai, Crichton, Latrell, and Addo Carr. On the right side, you go with Cleary, Frizzell, Tommy Turbo, and Brian Toto. And I think Tedesco's the captain, and Nathan Cleary's obviously the goal kicker. So that's what I'd go for the side. Now, some would say, why isn't Victor Radley in the team? I don't know who I'd replace him with. Maybe Jake, if I was going to change anything. But I don't know. I feel like the team I got's pretty strong.
Yeah, it is a very strong team.
Sure.
But is there anything you guys would change for my team? Like, obviously you got your own team and that, but anything you guys would change?
Well, I can't not say Jake Trbojevic. None of you guys picking Tavita Pangai?
I do know he has pledged his allegiance to New South Wales, but I mean, unless you're putting Paulo in the middle, which I think most of you guys are, and maybe you put Pangai maybe off the bench, or maybe I don't know, maybe on an edge. I think, to be fair, I don't know if you guys agree, but do you guys reckon Pangai's had a better year than Frizzell?
Yes.
Yeah, but Frizzell has the experience. That's why I have him over.
Yeah, I understand.
You can't get experience without playing. He's played football before.
Yeah, but Frizzell gets the job done.
He didn't last year.
I've got Frizzell in there.
Yeah, but training's not good enough.
I'm not convinced with Frizzell, but I'll tell you right now, if Newcastle keep losing games, his form's going to drop, so maybe someone else. Now, someone that I was very close to putting in my squad was Mitchell Barnett, but because Newcastle are going so bad, I think Barnett's form's dropped a little bit. I mean, if I was picking this team after 4 rounds, I would have Barnett in this team somewhere, but at the moment I don't. But, you know...
He's a future player for sure, though, Barnett.
He's definitely a future player, and I think, you know, is Brian Toto ready for Origin? Do you guys reckon he's ready?
Well, if he's not ready now, he never will be.
Yeah, exactly. Some would argue maybe putting Tupou on the wing for Toto, but Tupou's been a bit on and off this year. And
Tupou got over 200 metres on the weekend, so but Toto's getting 300. So
yeah, do you think? Oh, obviously the Zach Lomax injury probably rules him out now. I don't think he's going to be. He's out. I don't think Tony Staggs will have enough match fitness to be here either. So, yeah, look, hopefully New South Wales can win the series this year. Hopefully, anyway. But all right, let's get into our tips for the weekend. Eh? What do you reckon?
Let's go.
Righto. So what we'll do, we'll go through the games, and then obviously I'll ask you who you're tipping. Like, just give me 1 to 12 or 13 plus, and just throw a try score in there. So it all begins round 9 tomorrow night at Stadium Australia at 7:50. It's the Rabbitohs and the Storm. Melbourne are $1.35. South at $3.25. We'll start with Trev, mate. What do you reckon?
I'm going South Sydney 1 to 12.
Yep.
Purely basically because they're at home. You know, late mail is Cody Walker's back to fullback.
Yeah.
They've got a young half coming in with Benji. I don't mind it. And I'm going to go Braden Burns to score a try.
Sounds very good. Luke, Content King, what do you reckon? Souths or Melbourne?
Melbourne by 14. Anytime try scorer, Remus Smith.
Sounds good to me, mate. Yeah. NRL Vid 090, Souths or Melbourne, and what try scorer?
So I've got Melbourne to win 32 points to 18. First try scorer, I've got Nico Hines, and my man of the match will be Jerome Hughes.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to go Melbourne. I'm going to go 13 plus, only because South's got heaps of injuries. And for a try scorer, I will go with a Justin Olam double. I think up against some inexperienced centers, he might have a field day. So Melbourne 13 plus, Olam to collect a double on Thursday night. First game on Friday night at 6 o'clock at Bluebet Stadium or Penrith Stadium, whatever you want to call it nowadays. Penrith against Cronulla. Penrith for $1.10. Cronulla at $7. Trev, what do you reckon?
Penrith by plenty, 19 plus. Just put the whole back line on.
Yeah, all right, sounds pretty
But
good.
I do like Penrith. I do like the Sharks, Harodi and Tracy. They're both try scorers. If you want to have a sneaky, one of them will probably score.
Yep, all right, sounds good. Content King?
I don't know. It's a tough game to predict, but I reckon it'll be close. I think it'll be Panthers 1-12. I don't think it will be a blowout at all. I think Sharks will be up for it. To be honest, I think it'll be closer than everyone thinks. Anytime try scorer, Charlie Staines.
All right, fair call.
For a double.
NRL Vid 090, Panthers Sharks. What try score you got for this one?
Got Panthers to win. Look, Panthers to win 20. Oh wait, we'll go with 34 points to 16. And first try scorer, I've got Charlie Staines, and my man of the match will be Dylan Edwards.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going the Panthers 34 plus. I think they'll flog Cronulla off the park. It won't be pretty, trust me. It will be a bloodbath. It'll be worse than what Melbourne did to them last week. Panthers 34 plus. I reckon Kurt Capel will score a try, and I reckon Nathan Cleary will score a try as well. So that's my tip for that one. The main game on Friday night, probably the game of the round, to be honest, or one of them anyway, blockbuster game here. Eels and the Roosters. Friday night, 7:55 at Bankwest Stadium. Eels $1.55, Roosters at $2.40. Trev, what do you reckon?
Game of the round probably in terms of quality.
Yep.
But I'll say Para at home, 1-12. Nathan Brown out's a big loss.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, he's named to play, but
he's not going to play.
Why would you? Why would you risk it?
Exactly.
And I'll go, Ryan Madison to get a try.
Ooh, good call. Good one there. Content King, what do you reckon?
I was going to tip Roosters, but I'm going to have to go Para at home, 1-12. Anytime try scorer. Can't go past Marcus Sevo. Hopefully he puts one back on Tedesco again.
I love that, but I don't want him out for Origin, mate. Buddy, it's not letting him be out for Origin.
Yeah, not wrong.
I hope Matt Ikuvalu has his shoulders ready for Sevo, because that's going to be a very tough contest for Ikuvalu. But good luck, Ikuvalu, Friday night. NRL Vid 090, Eels and Roosters, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, so Eels to win by 6. That's 20 points to 15. First try scorer, first try of Matt Ikuvalu. And my man of the match, I'm going to go with Mitchell Moses.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I like it. I'm going to go Parramatta. I'm going to go 1-12. And my try scorer for this one, let's chuck in Marata Niukore. I think he can score a try this weekend. We'll go Marata Niukore. Righto. Super Saturday, the first game at 3 o'clock at Wagga Wagga at McDonald's Park, sponsored by Ronald McDonald, probably. The Raiders up against the Knights. Canberra $1.50, Newcastle at $2.65. Trev, I already know who he's tipping in because he said it before, but
Raiders specials of the week, 13 plus.
Yep.
Knights are in all sorts. If anyone's going to score from Newcastle, it's going to be Kalen Ponga. Canberra. Sebastian Chris, I'll anytime try scorer.
I love it. Good call. Content King, Raiders Knights. What do you reckon, mate? Try scorers.
Raiders 13 plus. Anytime try scorer Bailey Simonson, I reckon he'll get a double.
Ooh, interesting. Not bad. NRL Vid 090, Raiders and Knights. And what try scorers you got here?
Raiders 13 plus. Anytime try scorer Bailey Simonson, I reckon he'll get a double.
Ooh, interesting. Not bad. NRL Vid 090, Raiders and Knights. And what try scores you got here?
this week I've got Canberra to win. So Raiders to win 24 points to 6. My first try scorer is Sebastian Chris, and my man of the match will be, I reckon he's due for a big game, and I reckon it's Cal Bacon's will be man of the match.
Oh, okay, interesting. I'm going to go Canberra 1-12 only because I don't trust Canberra at the moment. So I'll go 1-12, and it's hard to pick a try score for Canberra, but I'll go with Jordan Rapana to get a double, and I reckon Josh Papali'i anytime as well, just for a roughie. Righto, the other game on Saturday is at 5:30 at Campbelltown Sports Stadium. The West Tigers and the Gold Coast Titans. The Titans are $1.50 here. West Tigers at $2.60. Trev, what do you reckon?
I reckon West Tigers. West Tigers are, 13 plus. I'll probably go 1-12. But I can see West Tigers 13 plus. Shout out to Dylan Ennett in the chat. He's biggest West Tigers fan here. And they're wearing a special jersey for Tommy Raudonikis. They're wearing the West Magpies one. Give them a second chance again, like when they fucked it against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
For Tommy Raudonikis. So let's see them do it this weekend.
Yeah, sounds good. What try score do you like this week?
We'll go Sini again. We'll go Sini for a double.
Nice. I like it. Content King, what do you reckon?
Well, I just want to start off by saying it's going to be a very shit game.
It could be shit, but it could be really entertaining.
High scoring.
It will be shit.
It could be really fun to watch.
Tigers 1-12. Anytime try scorer, Dane Laurie. I think my bold call, hat trick.
I don't know what the overs are for this game, but if they're over 46, definitely get on it because this game it could be like 38-34. Is that high scoring? Yeah. NRL Vid 090, mate. Tigers or Titans? What try scorer?
Yeah, look, this game will not be good at all, I reckon. But I reckon Tigers will win 6 points. First try scorer, I've got Dave Faluma, and my man of the match will be Luciano Leilua.
Sounds good. I'm going to go West Tigers 1-12 as well. The Gold Coast Titans' record in New South Wales is completely filthy and disgusting. But I'm going to go David Fafita double, but Tigers to win 1-12. It's a bit of a big one, but like I said, I think it'll be a very high-scoring game. Tigers 1-12, David Fafita double. Let's go to the other game on Saturday night, 7:35 up there in Townsville. The Queensland Derby, the Cowboys and the Broncos. Cowboys $1.55. Brisbane at $2.50. Trev, what do you reckon here?
Well, it's just whoever has the better half, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Will Broncos have the better first half, or will Cowboys have the better second half?
Yeah.
I'm going Cowboys 1-12 because I think it's going to be 40-36 or something like that. It's going to be something ridiculous. And we'll go Josh Drinkwater for a try. I don't like him, but whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. Content King, what do you reckon?
Cowboys 13 plus. Anytime try scorer, Kyle Felt.
Yeah, fair call, I guess. I mean, depends which team shows up, I reckon. NRL Vid 090, mate. Cowboys, Broncos, and what try score do you reckon for this one?
So got Cowboys to win 26 points to 18. My first try scorer will be Tuolangi, and my miss game will be Val Holmes.
Yeah, all right, interesting. Well, I'm going to go the Cowboys in Golden Point. I'm going to go Cowboys to win in Golden Point, and I reckon try scorers. I reckon Penrith Jr. will get one because he's up against Drinkwater, so Drinkwater will probably get destroyed in defence. And I'll chuck in David Bowen to score. He's back this week, so chuck him in there as well. Sunday football, first game at 2:00 at Brookie. It is Manly versus New Zealand. Manly at $1.45. The Warriors at $2.70. Not bad if you like the Warriors. What do you reckon, Trev?
I'm going Warriors 1-12 here.
Oh,
I like what they did last week. Second half wasn't great, but I thought their first half was really good. I thought Reece Walsh. I actually thought they were lucky not to win. They were unlucky to not win by more.
Yeah.
Reece Walsh went through like 4 times and slipped over or couldn't find a pass. There's plenty of attack in that place. So And Manly last week, they were in and out of the game, really inconsistent throughout the game. So, I'm going Warriors 1-12.
What try score are you backing for this game?
Oh, all right. Well, let's go Reece Walsh then.
Oh, good call. I like it. Content King, mate, what do you reckon for this one?
Manly 1-12, and anytime try scorer, I think Moses Sully.
Off the bench?
Yeah, off the bench.
Yeah, interesting.
Old call,
We'll ask
I'm calling it.
We'll ask the man himself. NRL bid 090. Mate, Manly Warriors, Turbo's 100th game. What do you reckon?
This week I'm backing the boys this week. I reckon we'll get the win. Turbo's 100th, and I reckon Manly will get the win. 22 points to 12. My first try scorer, I have got Jason Saab, and my man of the match will be Kieran Ford in a big one.
Yep, sounds good. I'm going to go Manly 13 plus. I just think Ben Murdoch-Masila is a pretty big loss for the Warriors, and I thought the Warriors showed some pretty poor signs at the back end of that game last week, and I think Manly are building somewhere. Obviously, Tommy Turbo's 100th game, so they'll be looking for a big game from him. So I'll go Manly.
Manly are missing to Powell and Alloway, though, as Dylan said in the chat. I forgot to mention it.
I did originally have Manly 13 plus, I think, in my tip. So I'm actually going to change and go 1-12 now because Powell and Alloway is out. So I'm going to go Manly 1-12 as well. And I think Turbo will score, and I think Josh Schuster will score as well. So that's my prediction for that game. Now, the final game of the round, Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock at the Strata Jubilee Stadium. The Dragons up against the Dogs. It's a bit of an old rivalry game here. Both these teams have a lot of history against each other. The Dragons are $1.30. Dogs about $3.75. What do you reckon for this one? Dragons, Dogs.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, who was it again?
Dragons and the Doggies on Sunday.
You got to go Dragons, but this is the last time picking them. If they lose here, I won't pick them the rest of the year. I'll go Sims for a try. Dragons 1-12.
I like it. Content King, what do you reckon, mate?
It's a weird game to tip, I'm telling you, boys. It's going to be okay. This game's going to go to Golden Point, and anytime try scorer, Jack Bird.
Who's going to win the game though? If it goes to the Golden Point,
really want me to say?
Go on, pick a winner.
Corey Norman.
Oh Jesus Christ! Grief.
No, you can do it. He's done it before.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I remember last year when he scored that try in Golden Point to beat the Bulldogs or whatever it was.
Yep.
NRL vid 090, mate. Dragons, Bulldogs. I think it's probably the worst game of the round if you have a look at the fixture. But what do you reckon, mate?
Look, I've got the Dragons to win 23 points to 8 on Sunday. My first try scorer, Tarek Sims. I actually reckon with the first try, and my man of the match, I'm going to go with Hunt.
Yeah, sounds good. Look, I don't know why I'm doing it. I really don't know why, but I'm going the Bulldogs 1-12. I think they can cause an upset. The Dragons have lost 3 in a row. They've got pretty much majority of that backline out except for Dufty and Jack Bird. Everyone else is out. So I think Zach Lomax is a huge loss for the Dragons. I've got Tyrell Famunio playing centre, and he's been playing lock all year. So I don't know how he's going to go in the centres. But I'm going the Dogs 1-12. I thought they obviously Parramatta destroyed them last week, but when they scored those 2 tries, I thought they were playing a little bit better than the Dogs. Maybe Parramatta made them look good. Who knows? But I'm going the Dogs 1-12, and I reckon Luke Thompson can score a try in this game. So Dogs 1-12 and Luke Thompson to score. So there are our tips for round 9 of the NRL. I don't think there's anything else to talk about, guys. I think that's pretty much it for the podcast tonight. Big thank you to Trevor from Shut the Gates and the Content King for jumping on. It's much appreciated. Thanks for coming on, guys.
No worries.
No worries.
And also, what's that?
No, I was just saying, subscribe to Shut the Gates on YouTube, and
make sure you got
Shut the Gates NRL on Instagram.
Yeah, make sure you guys go and check out Trevor from Shut the Gates, and also Toby as well on Shut the Gates on YouTube and go follow their Instagram page as well. It's much appreciated. Also, big thank you to the Content King as well. Make sure you guys go and follow his Instagram page as well.
Show you guys
And
here.
it's all right, bro. I'll leave a link in the description below. Yeah, there it is. There. I don't know if you guys can see that, but go and follow that page on Instagram. And big thank you to NRL Vid 090, and also, mate, congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers as well. It's a very good achievement, and well done, mate. How's the connection? He's still there with us? I think the connection's about to die, but all right.
But
guys, we get.
Also, thanks to you, Nick. Thanks to you for hosting, pal.
No worries,
great job.
Mate.
Thank you, everyone in the chat.
Worries.
Great job, everyone in the chat.
Yeah,
love those comments.
Thanks for the chat. No, I don't know where Lorenzo's gone, but anyway, everyone's just leaving. The intro hasn't even happened yet. But guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.